Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are okay and fine at your places. I, Abhishek Shukla, your IT instructor from Cambridge International School, Dasua, once again welcome you all to today's e-learning session. Students, I hope you all enjoyed a lesson and you all learned something out of the sessions. Now, before we begin our today's content, let's have a quick recap on the topics which we discussed in our last session. Let's move on to the recap. In our last session, we discussed about the components of a computer system, where we discussed about the computer system, the components of computer system, hardware, software, types of software, and mobile apps. Today we are going to discuss about the peripheral devices, the devices which actually makes computer working. And the peripheral devices contain input devices, where we are going to discuss in detail about keyboard, mouse, scanner, and then we'll discuss about output devices, where we discussed about monitor and printers. And last but not the least, we'll discuss about storage devices, the devices where we store our data for future. Let us move on to the very first topic of the day, peripheral devices. These are the devices which directly connected to a computer to expand its functionality. Peripheral devices are not part of the core computer architecture and are connected to the computer system through wires, through cables, through USBs. These devices provide input-output function for a computer and serve as auxiliary computer devices. Example of peripheral devices are mouse, keyboard, monitor, printer, speaker, microphone, scanner, webcam, hard disk, printer, and modem, etc. Based on the function they perform, all the peripheral devices can be grouped into three main categories. And those three main categories are input devices, output devices, and storage devices. Let's start with the very first, input devices. Input devices are the devices that helps us to enter data and instructions into the computer system. Modern multimedia computer perform a variety of tasks. To perform all these tasks, various types of inputs like text, images, audio, video, etc. need to be entered into the computer, for which different type of input devices are needed, like keyboard, mouse, scanner, web camera, microphone, joystick, light pen, trackball, and many other are the examples of input devices. Let's learn about some of the input devices. Keyboard. Keyboard is an input device that helps us to enter data and instruction into the computer by pressing the keys or by punching the text through the keys embedded on the keyboard. It helps us to type text on the computer. We can also give commands to the computer with the help of a keyboard. The keyboard has many small push-like buttons called keys. We need to press the required keys of a keyboard to type on the computer. And there are variety of keyboards available aftermarket. Next input device is mouse or mice. Yes, you heard it right, mice. Nowadays, there are very small and handy devices available in the market which are commonly known as mice. A mouse or mice is an input device that helps us to select, point, and open program icons on the monitor screen. Since the mouse allows user to point at object on the screen, it is also called as pointing device. It is a small device that easily fits into the palm of the user. It has generally two buttons called left button and right button and a scroll wheel between these two buttons. Sometimes the mouse or the mice are coming with three buttons, left button, right button, and there's a center button instead of scroll wheel. The mouse is used with the computer that uses a GUI operating system. We'll discuss about this GUI, graphical user interface, in our next session. Next in the queue in input devices is scanner. Scanner is an input device that is used to scan or create a digital copy of a printed images or document, and it saves it in a computer file. This file can then be used in a number of ways, like we can alter it or enhance it, print it or use it on a web pages, etc. And example of scanner can be seen in a shopping malls where you buy the products, and while billing of those products, all the products have to go through the scanner. Here on the screen you can see two images. These are the types of scanner. The above one is the type of flat bed scanner, and the picture you see below is handheld scanner. Move on to our next category, output devices. Just as there are different type of input devices, there are different output devices to produce output in the form of text, sound, video, and graphics. Output devices are the devices that are used to display or communicate the output or result of the data processing done by the computer. Some example of output devices are monitor, printer, speaker, headphones, plotter, etc. Out of these, the most commonly used way of output is monitor, which is the primary output device. And then we use speaker to hear the audio in the form of output. Then we have printer, where we get hard copy of the output shown on the monitor. Let's begin with the very first, which is monitor. The monitor is the default output device available with each computer system. It is also termed as VDU, which means Visual Display Unit. Monitor can show the visual output in the form of text as well as moving and still images. And there are number of monitors available in the market. Monitors like CRT, which is commonly known as cathode ray tubes, where we have a bulky monitors. Then we have LED, then we have LCDs. All these are the types of monitors, and monitor come in large number of sizes as per the requirement of the user. You should remember that the size of the monitor is measured diagonally, like 16 inches monitor, like 20 inches, 22 inches, 24 inches, 32 inches, and so on. Printer, an output device that is used to print document containing text and graphics on paper sheets. The printed output produced by a printer is called hard copy. While some printers can only print black and white hard copies, most printers today can produce color printouts as well. The two most common type of printers are laser printer and inkjet printers. There are many other also, but the most commonly which are commonly in use in today's time in offices or at workplaces or at home are laser printers and inkjet printers. Let's discuss about the laser and the inkjet printers. Laser printer. You can see the image of the laser printer and you can easily remember the laser printer through the picture given on the screen. Laser printers are based on laser technology. A laser beam is used to print the images of a full page on a paper at a time. They give high quality output. They operated at a very fast speed and with little noise. They can also produce multicolor printouts. And on the other hand, inkjet printers print characters by spraying the paper with electrically charged ink. There are cartridges filled with the ink placed in the printer, and this ink is used to form the images or the text on the paper. These printers give better quality than character printers, but not better than laser printers. They can produce both color and black and white output at a very low cost. Move on to the last category of peripheral devices, the devices which are really very useful when it comes to data storage. These devices are known as storage devices. Devices that are used to store data permanently are called storage devices. There are number of storage devices that provide long-term data storage so that we can store data safely and refer to it in the future at any time we want. Some commonly using storage devices are hard disk, CDs, pen drives, memory cards, etc. Let's discuss about few of them. Let's begin with the use of hard disk. The hard disk is the main storage device of the computer and is normally fitted inside the CPU box in computers and with the motherboard in laptops. A hard disk consists of one or more metal platters coated with metal oxide that allows data to be magnetically recorded on the tracks of the platters. The hard disk platters spin at a high rate of 54 to 7200 revolutions per minute. The storage capacity of hard disk ranges from 20 GB up to 2 TB or more. Nowadays, a portable external hard disks are also available. You can see on your screens the very top, the box-like device is an internal hard disk. In the second image, you can see the head and the platters where the data magnetically stored. And the last image on the screen is the external hard disk, which is commonly in use nowadays because of their huge storage capacity. Move on to the next device, compact disc, commonly known as CD. It is a thin circular disc of 4.7 inches diameter. Data in any form can be stored onto a CD. The data storage capacity of a CD is between 650 to 700 MB. They are widely used for distributing computer software and games. And a device called CD drive is needed to read the data from a CD-ROM. You can see the drive or the device over the screen, and the above one is CD. Next is DVD, Digital Versatile Disc. It is similar to as CD in terms of physical dimension, but the only difference among the CD and the DVD is the storage capacity. DVD can use almost 8 hours of CD quality music per side. There are number of DVDs available in the market like single side single layer DVD, single side double layer DVD, double side single layer DVD and double side double layer DVD. The difference between all those is the storage capacity. Now move on to the last topic of today's session, pen drive. A pen drive is a small portable USB flash memory device that can be used to quickly transfer audio, video and data files from the hard disk of one computer or laptop to another, thereby making the user's work much easier. Pen drives come in different capacities like there is a 2 GB, 4 GB, 8 GB, 32 GB, 64, 128 and so on. Now, pen drive is common in use when it comes to carry large number of data in a small portable device. And that's it for today's session. I hope you all understood the topics. Now, time to conclude or time to revise the topics which we discussed in today's session. We discussed about peripheral devices, input devices, output devices, and storage devices along with their examples. Worksheet will be provided along with this content. You need to solve the worksheet. Now time to say goodbye. Take care of your health and keep focusing on your studies. Have a good time.